Hey guys, so welcome to the first class of the virtual assistant blueprint. In today's class, we'll be taking clarity session and getting your clients. So let's dive right. So there are four keys to gaining clarity before starting your business. So you need to understand your whats and the whys. That is the reasons why you want to start the business, the things that you need to start the business. You need to outline your abilities and your skills, and then you need to know how to get your clients, and you also need to carve your niche. So these are the four keys that I will be taking you through in the course of this. So to the first one, understanding the what and the why. So before launching your VA business, it's very important that you ask yourself some very pertinent questions. Entering blindly into the VA business will just have you working backwards, and like I did, I it took a while for me to outline all of these things. So I was a bit backwards in how I was running my business. So me asking you all those questions now, me pointing them all out to you now, will help you in shortening your own journey, so you won't take as long as I did. So now we move on to the questions that you need to ask, and this would help you to outline your abilities and skills. So the first question is to ask yourself why you want to be a virtual assistant. Really, why do you want to be a virtual assistant? Is it something that just interests you? Is it something that you feel like from your past experience you are capable of doing? Or is it because you just feel like you have time and it is something you can do? Whatever it is, you need to know it before you proceed. Then you also need to consider your past experience. What job experience have you had in the past? What have you done? What job have you held? Whether it is before you went into the university or after you went into the university, be it that after university you started working in an office, in a bank, or you started your own business, or you haven't even done anything at all. Whatever it is, or was it during your service year? What was it that you did? Okay, when you did all of these things, while you did them, what did you enjoy doing the most? What task did you enjoy when given to you? Okay, let's say for instance you were a banker, or you are a banker, and you were exposed to talking to clients. You probably were a customer service agent, so that means that you have some experience handling customers, which means that you can flourish where it concerns customer relationship management, because you have a bit of experience. You understand? Then you also have a bit of finance experience, so that means that you can do a bit of bookkeeping for your clients. Do you understand what I mean? Or were you a secretary, or you were an administrative assistant, or you were a PA to someone? That means you have administrative assistant skills. You can do data entry, you can manage emails, you can manage schedules. So yes, you do have all these things, so you can be a virtual assistant. Another question you need to ask yourself is, what currently interests you? What are the tasks that you see around that you feel like you are interested in, that you feel like if you learned you'd be able to do? Those are also very important for you to know, because it will help you determine what niche you are going to focus on, or whether you are going to remain in a particular niche, or you are going to scale upwards eventually. Another thing that you need to ask yourself is that while on your laptop and using your phone, what do you enjoy doing the most? Are you someone that you like to stay on social media on your phone? You probably spend so much time on Facebook and Instagram, following people, looking at their pictures, looking at what they are doing, what they're wearing. Whatever it is, it's not entirely useless. Actually, you can actually channel all of these things into your VA business, as you will see eventually when I talk about how to get your clients. So when you are using your laptop as well, do you like to just watch movies, or do you research? Do you like to watch tutorials? Do you read books? What are those things that you do? You'll find that those things will come in handy when you consider starting up your own virtual assistant business. Then another thing you also need to ask yourself is that, how many hours have you got to spare? So here I need to know, are you a stay-at-home mom, or are you a student, or are you a 9 to 5 worker, or are you just a wife? You don't have kids yet, so it's just you and your husband for now, so you have a bit of hours to spare. Or as a stay-at-home mom, you only have the hours when your children are in school or when they are asleep. So you need to determine these hours so that you'll be able to know the extent of tasks that you can take on, the kind of jobs that you can take on. If you are someone, for instance, that only have like 1 or 2 hours per day, and you would be difficult to reach when your children are back home from school or when your husband is back from work, then you most likely should not be a dedicated assistant, because your clients will not understand why they cannot reach you. So it's just best you take on projects instead of ongoing jobs. You understand? So what I mean by projects is that you take on one-off projects, and these are projects that you determine the time that you get to do them. Of course, there would be a deadline for you to deliver, but you can determine the times that you want to work. So if you fall in that category, then there's hope for you. Don't give up hope thinking that, oh, I can't do this VA business. You totally can. Also, so after you have looked at all of these skills that you have and your past experience, as well as what interests you, you can now begin to think of the different services that you can offer. So as I mentioned earlier, say as a banker now, you have experience in customer relationship management. As an administrator, as a secretary, you have experience with the administrative assistant, so you can probably add up data entry, transcription, etc. to your list of services. We'll talk more about services in the course of the class. So the last thing for you to look at, last but not the least for you to look at, is the services that you would like to offer but you don't have the skills for them yet. There is nothing to worry about. Once you set your mind to it, the human mind is very good. The human mind is very, very flexible. As long as you set your mind to it, you can learn anything that you want to learn. I can't begin to list the number of things that I learned in the course of being a VA. So if I can do it, then you can do it as well. So don't worry. Class, you will see the number of things that you can learn and you can do. And if you signed up for the virtual assistant accelerate class, then thumbs up to you. You learn more things that would help you grow your virtual assistant business. So the moment that you have reasonably answered all of these questions, I believe that you are ready to begin your virtual assistant business. See, there's no right or wrong answers to these questions. You just need to answer them good enough. You need to convince yourself that these answers are good enough for you to start. You need to have some measure of confidence in the services that you intend to offer, in the skills that you feel like you have. You don't have to be 100% perfect. You just need to know that you can do it and you can do it well. So trust me, it is very, very okay to be nervous. Just start. Nerves and all, just start. When I started a couple of my jobs as well, there was a time that whenever I met clients, I always felt nervous, and I always wondered, would I be able to serve this person very well? Never mind, it happens to the best of us. So just start, you'll be fine. Yeah. Also, let me say that until you fully understand what you can do and you are fully outlined the services that you want to offer, please do not start advertising. Because when you start advertising and people approach you to ask about what you can do for their business, you start stammering and stuttering. You can't give them direct answers. They'll just rule you out as unserious, and you can lose potential business like that. And I'm saying this because I've had people that I've spoken with about virtual assistants that have just gone on to their social media pages to post that, okay, they are a VA and you should contact them if you have any jobs to give them. And then people contact them and they come back to ask me that, please help me, so person asked me what services I can render to their business, and I don't know what to say. Now, the question in itself is not wrong. It's just that the way it is that asking the question itself is not wrong. It's just the question that is being asked that is wrong. You don't go and start something that you don't know about. So you need to fully understand yourself, fully understand what you can do before going on. So now I'll move on to getting your clients. The previous one has taken care of understanding your what's and whys, and then outlining your abilities and your skills. So now on to getting your clients. So the first thing I will say regarding this is that you need to look into your immediate community. If you've read my story, or if you've heard my story, you'd know that most of my first jobs, while I was a partial VA and while I was a full-time VA, came from people close to me, my former boss, my friends, my family. So this could be you as well. So you can speak to the people in your immediate community. You can talk to your friends. You can share what you want to do with your friends and family, your colleagues, if you still have a 9 to 5, or if you don't work anymore but you still talk to some of them, some of your friends and your colleagues that have businesses. You never can tell, there might be a way for you to offer your services to them. However, in some cases this doesn't always yield converts for people. So you need to look beyond your community, and trust me, you'll be amazed at the number of people that don't know what a virtual assistant is and how a virtual assistant can help them or their business. My dears, this is your chance to sell your business. So let's move on to getting clients online. See, before you approach a client online, you need to have been watching them from afar. You need to have been following them for a while, studying their business page, studying their personal page, find out what they do, what their business is about. So having seen that, you should also try to occasionally drop comments, and make sure they are meaningful comments that would even allow them engage with you occasionally. You understand? So make those comments meaningful, make them helpful. Don't just go and drop some random comment on someone's page. No, that's not professional. Just make meaningful, insightful comments on their posts, on their pages. So you stalk them on their social media pages, like I said, follow them, read their posts, comments, and on their websites as well. The way this website one works is that some people have on their website, they have something we call lead magnets. So you'll probably go to their website. Okay, if you go to my website, for instance, now you'll see something like have you had issues something like, have you had issues successfully creating a Facebook ad? If you'd like a guide, enter your details here. Those are called lead magnets. It's true that they get your details and they can subsequently send you messages when you plug into such parts of their website. You get constant updates about what their business is doing, about what they are doing. So you get an idea, you get more idea about what their business is doing, which brings me to the next part. So you keep your eyes on them until you find a loophole that you can enter through and help them fix. No one is perfect, no one has their business down pat. So one of the loopholes might be something that would be where you come in, something that you can help them fix. So keep your eyes on them, keep your eyes open, and you might be able to help them. So you also now approach them and give them a trial offer. By trial offer, I mean a free offer. So you don't charge them. This offer is just for them to know what you can do and for them to just see you in action. So once an example of this is that you can help them to transcribe a video, or you can help them to write an article, or you can help them to create maybe content for a day on their social media page. Do you understand? And see, make sure that you do a really great job when you do that, because it will draw them to you, to draw their attention to you. They'll appreciate you. Do a really good job and you stand a chance of retaining their attention. So now once the job is done, ask for their feedback on the job. Ask for what they think, if they were satisfied, what you should have done better, and be ready to take constructive criticism. Don't be angry if what they say doesn't really make you happy. Just take it in stride and improve. So now, after you've gotten their feedback, you can offer, if you feel like they're a bit receptive to you, you can offer to continuously do that thing for them at an affordable price. Let me mention here that you should not be too expensive, but you should also not underprice yourself, because once they accept it, it might turn out that your business with them will go on for a really long time, and it might leave you unhappy if you have given them a price that is ridiculously low. So while you don't have to overcharge them, you also mustn't shortchange yourself. So just find a reasonable price. Towards the end of the class, I will also teach you on how to do your pricings. So give them a reasonable price, and if they bite, great, you have a new client. If they don't, it doesn't matter. So just leave them to make a decision, and don't just walk away and leave them alone. Like, when I say leave them, I mean don't badger them, don't continually ask them, okay, alpha, so when are you going to take up my services? No, don't do that. Just occasionally, continue dropping meaningful comments on their pages. Keep yourself visible and in their radar, and one day when they need your services again, they will come to you and they will contact you. So if they contact you, or if they take you up on your offer, great. If they don't, that's fine as well. It's not the end of the world. You just rinse and repeat the process. Start looking for someone else and repeat the process all again until someday you get someone that would commit to you. And trust me, it won't take that long. Just be consistent. Like I said again, do great job and you'd be lucky someday soon. So now let's move on to when you are in a public gathering. When you are in a public gathering, be it church or your place of religious activities, your church, your mosque, or you are at an event like a party, or you are at a seminar or a workshop, do not be afraid to walk up to anyone. Whoever is sitting beside you, try to strike up a conversation with them. If there's an opportunity for you to network with other people, maybe there's a tea break session or there's an interlude, like the organizers called for an interlude for people to network, make sure you maximize all these opportunities. It could also be after the program as well. Make sure you try to meet as much people as possible, talk to them, ask questions about what they do, and if possible, ask them what challenges they are facing in their business. And you never might know, you'd be able to see an area where you can come in to offer your services to them. So after you have asked them about their own business, you can talk about virtual assistant too as your business. You talk about the services that you offer. In fact, make sure that you mention services that you can offer to them that will help them. And this won't be possible if you haven't fully understood what your capabilities are and what services you can offer. So it's really important that you have gotten this part taken care of. So as much as possible, make sure that you exchange contacts with them, get their social media details, their Instagram handle, their name on Facebook. This is just to enable you to keep up with them and to stalk them as you were taught in the previous slide, and to see the possibility of working together in future, and make sure that in that event you meet as much people as possible. Lastly, on getting your clients, I would like to say that you should always ensure that you give great service to whatever clients you might get, to whatever customers you get. Always make sure that you give great service to them, because when you do, they are likely to refer you to their friends or to their network, and this will help you grow your customer base. So it's very, very important that you improve on yourself daily. So now we go to finding your niche. So now, once you have outlined your abilities, your skills, and your interests, to be honest, this will be very, very easy for you to do. After doing all of this, you can decide whether you want to be a dedicated assistant, or you want to be an administrative assistant, or you just want to be a social media manager, or you are a specialized you want to be a specialized assistant. Say for instance you are a lawyer, so you want to offer only legal services to people. It's fine, you can do that as a VA as well, but you need to have outlined all of your abilities to be able to do this. But the truth is that the best part of virtual assistance is that you don't have to restrict yourself to just one of these choices. You can do anything that you want to do as long as you believe that you can. As long as you can do anything that you want to do. Whatever it is that you decide to do is totally dependent on your resilience, your strength, your interest, and your thirst for knowledge. You must constantly thirst for knowledge. You must constantly learn new things, because the best VAs are all rounders, and you totally can be one. I am. You can be too. So see you in the next module. Bye for now.